Hello, and welcome to our Money Facts channel. Today, we'll discuss 10 money mistakes you must avoid. How to manage your money well. Avoid these 10 financial blunders at all costs. Keeping money is indeed considerably harder than earning it. It is common to see wealthy people inherit their wealth, the lottery, or some other unforeseen way to swiftly lose them. Without a doubt, no matter how much money you make, financial blunders may devastate your finances. For a great many people, money is a sensitive subject. Since managing money can be so divisive, many choose to steer clear of the subject and concentrate solely on earning and spending money. There are two types of people, those who achieve wealth and those who lose it. In this video, I'll share 10 money blunders you must never make. The truth is that maintaining wealth is much more complex than acquiring it. It's common to see wealthy individuals who acquire their riches through inheritance, the lottery, or other unanticipated means lose them quickly. Famous boxer Mike Tyson is a beautiful example who made an absurd amount of money yet lost it all. Despite having made over $300 million throughout his career, he filed for bankruptcy in 2003 and was said to be more than $20 million in debt at the time. People make mistakes with their money, and no matter how much money you make, these blunders can ruin your finances. Here are 10 money mistakes you must avoid. But before you continue, please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below. Let's get going. 1. Spending on drugs and cigarettes. While using a few drugs in college may have seemed innocuous and enjoyable at the time, the truth is that continued usage may have a very detrimental impact on your health and finances. You can see that many drug and cigarette users are hindering their ability to achieve financial independence if you analyze how much money they spend per week or year. For instance, cigarettes cost $10 per pack, yet many smokers smoke a pack daily. Smokers who consume one pack per day spend $3,650 on cigarettes annually. So what would happen if a pack's price rose? The exact sum of money could be used to pay your home's property taxes or for a 2-week vacation. Still, tragically, many drug and cigarette users succumb to peer pressure and curiosity to develop these bad habits. Long-term consequences of this behavior include a significant cost to your wealth and health. As a result, do your best to avoid spending money on these things. 2. Spending more than you make. The temptation to do this can be significant, especially as a young adult. Spending your money right after college graduation can be tempting when you are earning a regular paycheck for the first time in your life. It may be tempting to buy that new automobile, move into a new home, or travel first class, but if your income is insufficient to pay for these expenses, you may find yourself living paycheck to paycheck. This problem is comparable to lifestyle inflation, in which your costs of living rise as your income rises. Most people believe they should treat themselves to something nice once they get paid, even though an increase in income shouldn't cause you to raise your standard of living. Instead, it would help if you used this cash stream to invest and buy assets to extend your wealth. Impressing others is likely the primary motivation for many to spend more than they can afford. They spend because they lack confidence in themselves and feel inferior to others because they lack these material items. But this is faulty reasoning. According to Dave Ramsey, we spend money on items we don't need to impress people we don't like. We all engage in this to some extent. You can improve your financial situation if you learn to put off gratification and stop worrying about impressing others. Spending too much on social media is another problem. Vast sums of money are spent by those who want to appear wealthy but aren't. An internet entrepreneur, for instance, who was told he would never succeed in business, would purchase an expensive car upon making his first significant sale to disprove his detractors, falling once more victim to the trap of attempting to impress others. This method of making an impression is an endless staircase. There will always be someone to compete with or flaunt your skills in front of. Considering your monthly wage is only $3,000, you have no business purchasing a $2,000 device. Be wise. To ensure you only spend what you earn, develop a budget and keep track of your expenses. 3. Making poor investment decisions. Investments can be complicated, and many people invest their money based on recommendations from friends or a strong belief that the prices of well-known stocks will continue to rise. Real estate is one form of asset that almost everyone appears eager to invest in. Many people believe they are financially secure once they acquire an investment property. They anticipate that rent payments will begin each month and their revenue will skyrocket. Regrettably, this is only sometimes the case. Sometimes, tenants fail to make payments, appliances fail, or your property's value drops. Investing in any form involves some risk. Before investing their hard-earned money in a particular market or product, sensible investors know that knowledge is the key to making their assets generate a consistent income stream. In other words, do your research and don't just choose a business because your friends are successful or a salesperson told you about all its tremendous advantages. 4. The following get-rich-quick schemes. Participating in get-rich-quick schemes is one of the riskiest ways to lose money. As the saying goes, quick money brings quick troubles, so participating in a money scheme will almost always result in difficulty. Ponzi and pyramid schemes, as well as make money overnight claims, are all intended to enrich the scheme's creator at your expense. Exercise care if you are considering new business initiatives and come across options offering high rewards with little risk. Consider it this way: if it takes 20 years to achieve $200,000 in a profession and a new enterprise claims you can make that much money in a year, then why wouldn't everyone be doing it if it were true? To sum up, always use your best judgment before signing anything if you want to get money quickly. 5. Not having an emergency fund. Because things don't always go according to plan, you occasionally need money to dig yourself out of a bind. For instance, your washer might break down, your automobile abruptly stops and make money overnight claims to operate, or you might lose your job. Since almost everything in life is expensive, it is crucial to have an emergency fund set up. Failure to do so would be a costly financial mistake. Sadly, a 2019 Federal Reserve survey revealed that roughly 40% of American adults wouldn't be able to meet a $400 emergency with cash, savings, or a credit card charge that they could rapidly pay off. To raise the $400, about 25% of those polled would have to borrow or sell something, and an additional 15% would not be able to do it. Fortunately, you can avoid being one of these folks. This money can be easily saved. Ask your employer to set up an automatic 10% withdrawal from your pay, diverting a portion of your paycheck to an emergency savings account. How do you determine when you've saved enough, though? Most financial experts advise you to save up for 6 months' worth of expenses, but if you want to be especially careful, 1 year's worth is a terrific target to make. 6. Having just one source of income. Most people live with only one source of income, typically a salary. Unfortunately, despite what many might think, jobs are only sometimes secure. In reality, more than 21 million U.S. workers were laid off in 2018, which meant that if your job was your only source of income, your income abruptly stopped. It will help if you picture yourself as a tree regarding your sources of revenue. Do trees only bear fruit from a single branch? A simple no is a response. They have several branches that produce fruits and flowers. And you should as well. You should continue to create and pick up new skills so you can make your money work for you. This is a sensible and secure way to get some sleep at night. 7. Relying heavily on credit cards. Credit cards can be a practical tool for many people, but they can also be a direct route to debt for others. Although some business applications require credit cards, relying on them excessively might lead to financial catastrophe. Using credit cards encourages impulsive purchases. It gives you the impression that anything is within your reach with just one simple swipe. A 2001 MIT student discovered that using a credit card instead of cash can result in a 100% increase in spending. Create the practice of paying with cash instead if you find yourself spending too much on credit. When you pay with cash, you are physically handing over money, and you will feel the financial impact of the purchase far more strongly than when you pay with credit. 8. Being scared to take financial risks. According to the adage, no risk, no return, you must take chances to be successful financially. However, it would help if you weighed the risk you must accept. A savings account offers an average interest rate of 0.9%, but investing in an index fund has a higher risk, and your money will never grow and earn that amount of interest. Instead of taking a calculated risk, invest in an index fund is worthwhile, which tracks the trends of the entire stock market. This strategy has traditionally offered returns of 7% a year. 9. Saving rather than investing. Money that is kept in a bank depreciates over time as a result of inflation. However, cash expands when it is correctly invested. That's how easy it is. I indicated in error number 9 that it's a mistake to be afraid to take financial risks. People who store all of their money and let it depreciate over time are the ones who are afraid to take risks. Only enough money to cover your living needs and a cash emergency can be kept in a savings account. In other words, you shouldn't just save for the sake of saving, you need to keep investing. Without a solid plan, money saved will ultimately be squandered on unimportant items. For instance, if you put money in your bank, you might be tempted to buy a new automobile, some designer clothing, or go out to eat. Instead, you should invest that money to make it work for you. All of these opportunities, whether in stocks, real estate, REITs, or startups, provide a method to generate a new source of income and are much more financially rewarding than allowing your money to lose value while it is in the bank. 10. Having only one bank account. For several reasons, having just one bank account is dangerous. First off, managing your finances will be quite challenging if you only have one bank account. You are forced to save all your emergency, bill and college funds in one place if you have one bank account. If you spend less money, you run the danger of not having access to emergency funds or funds for tuition when you need them. You ought to have at least 3 bank accounts because of this. A third account, which I refer to as your play account, can be used for your daily expenses. One account should be set aside for emergency funds if something goes wrong. Your personal account is the money you set aside for leisure or travel. And you ought to create an untouchable account if you want to go any higher. You can automate your savings routine and ensure your wealth increases over time by using this account as a savings account to which paycheck deductions are made each month. This video is intended to assist you in accepting and growing from your mistakes. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment after the video is over. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.